Hi everybody and welcome to Photomikes Garage. I just love my new Rubicon decals. My Rubicon decals. Okay everybody, in my last video I installed my new Rubicon decals that replaced my old Rubicon decals. I have a 2014 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. It has black decals from the factory. I wanted the new style JL decals, and they are bigger and they have a red outline and I like them, so I put them on. So that's the mod I did, and the title of my video was the most important first mod that you can do on your Jeep. Now I meant that kind of sarcastically because I don't really think that putting decals on a Jeep is the most important mod that you can do, and so I apologize if I triggered anybody with that title. But today we are going to do the most important first mod that you should do on your Jeep Wrangler. Now of course there's the beautiful iconic Jeep 7-slot grille. Looks awesome, wonderful. However, on most Jeeps the grille goes straight through to your radiators. Straight through. There's no grille guard, there's nothing here on most Jeeps. There's a few that have it from the factory, but most don't. Mine doesn't. And rocks can get right through there, and can actually break your radiator fins and actually possibly cause a leak. So one of the first mods that people do is that they put on a grille guard that will stop stones from getting to your radiator. So a mesh of some sort that goes over their 7 slots. This is a pretty cheap mod, and that's what I'm doing today. So as some of you may know, I am Scottish, and I don't like to waste money. Except on, of course, unnecessary Hellcats, muscle cars, and police cars. But other than that, I don't like to waste money. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do this grille guard myself. I'm going to make my own. And the beauty about making it myself is that, aside from saving the money, is that I can customize it and add my own design. Because I'm up in here in Canada, I was thinking I might add a Canadian flag motif to the grille in some fashion, but it could be anything I want to do. So that's what's nice about making your own grille guard. Now you can buy all sorts of grille inserts, all different types on Amazon, eBay, everywhere. Some are fairly inexpensive, but none is as cheap as the way I'm going to do it. That's right, it's cheap mod time. And this is basically welded hardwire mesh. It's sort of like a chicken wire. It can be used in flower beds, garden fencing. It's rodent proof too, which is important for your Jeep. And most importantly, this is really cheap. I got this at Lowe's. You can get this for about $9 to $11, I think. And it comes in a roll that is 24 inches by 5 feet. And most importantly, it has a 1/4 inch mesh right here, and that should stop any rock that is dangerous. As you may or may not know, taking off the front grille of a Jeep Wrangler is incredibly easy. At least I've been told. This is my first time. Let's try it out. Let's see if I can remove that grille and how fast I can do it. The only tool you need to remove a grille on a Jeep Wrangler is this tool. First thing you want to do is to open the hood. That's also easy to do in a Wrangler, just remove these two things. Oh, I love that Rubicon. Most important mod ever. And remove this one on the other side. I love this decal. It's the best decal out there. Most important mod you can do on a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon is replace your black Rubicon decals with a red outline. JL decal. Okay, the hood is open, and these plastic push pins are what we're going to remove on the top of the grille here. So I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the top, and then there's spring clips on the bottom. But first, let's remove this. Now, the best tool to use to remove this, you can use a screwdriver, but it might mark things up, is something like this. This gets right underneath the clip and gets it up. It's a professional tool. And as you can see, it definitely works in a professional manner. There you go. There we go. Oh, okay. And then we just pull this up and we lose it like that. Okay, yeah, so you got to be careful not to lose these little plastic little clips here. So anyway, we're going to go right around and take these out one at a time. Here's all the plastic push clips from the top. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, on the bottom, what you have holding the grill in is just some metal spring clips, which you can remove. You can remove the grill by pulling carefully, and it will come out. Wow. Now, as you take the grill off, you've got to remember to unplug the turn signal lights right here. As you take the grill off, you have to remember to unplug the turn signal lights and the wires right here. Or if you can't do that, just remove the light bulbs. It's got to be the easiest job I've ever done. One of the best things about a Jeep is how easy it is to work on. That took me literally, first time, 5 minutes to do that. Literally 5 minutes. So yeah, one of the simplest jobs. Everything's in pretty good shape here. You got a little bit of rust on the top. Maybe I'll probably wire brush this and paint this. All the heat exchangers, they look in really good shape. You see where a rock has hit right here and dented the fins. That's the kind of damage we're talking about here, and up here as well. It wouldn't take much of a hit from a rock to actually break one of these passages here, and then you've got a fluid leak, and you don't want that. So that is why you want the protection of the grill insert or cover. Now we just lay our grill painted side down on a soft surface that won't scratch or mar it, such as this blanket. And it's very light. It's just plastic, extremely light. And yeah, so now we can sort of test fit our grill screen. Hey, I even have someone's initials here. I wonder why someone signed this. Okay, there's our screen. And now we must cut this to a smaller size and see how it all fits. Okay, I'm gonna cut my mesh material roughly to size, and that will be, let's see, 29 inches. I'm gonna say 16 inches long. Okay, the wire mesh is cut out and laid in place, and where it's going to be on the inside of the grill. And as you can see, it fits just beside the headlight bucket here, just up to the top here, and just down to these blocks here where the metal push pins are. And I think it looks pretty good, so job's done. Okay, not quite. This is kind of loose, and so we need a way to brace it. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to make aluminum strips coming down here and attaching to the side of here and attaching to the top here with a screw and nut and a screw and nut. So I'm going to be drilling holes through here and a hole in the top here. And I probably can get by with one brace here and one brace here. Might need a third one, I don't know, but that's the next step. All right, here's my aluminum sheet. I had a little extra spare bit around. You can buy this anywhere, any hardware store. This sheet was 24 inches by 24 inches, and it's 0.025 thick, which is pretty thin, but I think it'll do for me. Okay, I got my lines laid out. I'm going to start cutting them out with my, my metal shears here. Okay, I've got my first strip cut out. It's a little over 16 inches long, about 16 and a half inches long. A little bend, 90-degree bend at the top, and a twist to get the bottom edge perpendicular with the flat side here. And that is, here's what it's going to look like. The top is going to be mounted by a screw and nut right there. It's going to apply pressure all the way down, and then the twisted end is going to mount right there. Going to drill a hole right through the plastic. See, it's hollow on this side. Going to drill a hole and put a nut and screw, bolt and screw right through there. Okay, so this is the basic setup right here. I've got my two metal braces attached with small screws at the top. Now they're not tightened yet. This is just a mock-up. And this is what the braces are going to, it's going to hold this grill fairly close. Now the only thing is it's kind of loose in the center, so it'd be nice to have a brace in the center if I can make it work. But for now I'm going to stick with my two braces, and now I got to paint everything and make everything custom. Now while I was at it, I also painted some of the more rusty areas with a nice black. I cleaned them first, got rid of the rust, and then painted this a flat black, so everything looks really good in the radiator area. My support straps all painted black, flat black, so that hopefully they won't show up at all. And they'll match everything else, and maybe that'll prevent some corrosion from happening as well. Okay, going with a basic coat of red here. I'm going to try and do the Canadian flag, which has red and white, so the base color is going to be red. So, now of course I'm not sure how this is going to show up once the grill is in. Maybe the Canadian flag won't really show up. I'm going to find out. So the first step is to get this guy painted red. Now I got this picture of the maple leaf that's on our fantastic Canadian flag, and I'm going to transfer that over to this piece of cardboard to cut it out so that I can accurately paint the Canadian flag on my grill. Okay, I've got my outline of our glorious maple leaf on our Canadian flag. Glorious. Gotta cut this out now. And there's my glorious Canadian flag maple leaf cut out. Okay, as you can see, I've got the wonderful, glorious red maple leaf sprayed in the center with my little template. And I'm just gonna let that dry a little bit. Actually, no, I'm not gonna let it dry. I'm gonna take this off right now. Let's see if I can. No. Come on. Come on. Yes. All right. There you go. The glorious red maple leaf of our glorious country. Now let's remove the sides. Come on. There you go. Two red bars on the side, a white center. Oh yeah. Okay, basically that's it. Now how well this is going to show once it's in the Jeep, I do not know, but yeah, there you go. There's my custom grill all done. Okay, look at that. There's the finished product, the glorious Canadian flag. Now I'm not sure how good this is going to look once I get it on the Jeep, but that's the next step. Let's put it all together and see what it looks like. Okay everybody, it's nighttime. I just got back from working. I work at night, and I'm still working on this Jeep, on my custom grill insert, because I want to get it done tonight, because my wife drives the Jeep to work and I want to surprise her with this new custom grill. I'm hoping that she's gonna like it. So right now, all I gotta do is put it together. I've got my custom grill with the glorious Canadian flag. And here's the Jeep front grill, and I gotta fit the grill guard here. I've already drilled my holes, so let's put it all together. Okay, my new custom grill guard is installed. Got my straps on, bolted on at the top, and nut and bolts at the bottom. It looks a little primitive. It's not perfect. Also, there's no support in the center, so this could be a little bit better, but I've got the two supports. The grill guard is not going to come off. There we go. Bolts and nuts. And the top bolts are hidden under the rubber right there and right there. Okay, let's get it on the Jeep and see what it looks like. Okay, the job is done. Are you ready for the big reveal of my custom grill that I did myself and that you can do on the cheap? Here it is, and reveal. Okay, so it is nighttime. I've got a light on right here so you can kind of see it. There you go. So you got a red grill with the red maple leaf of the glorious Canadian flag on the front of my Jeep Wrangler. Awesome. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I certainly saved myself a lot of money, even though this is not an expensive mod to buy, so there's nothing wrong with buying it, but I did this for 11 bucks, basically. $11 with some odds and ends and some paint. There you go. And I did the Canadian flag. You can do whatever you want, the American flag or just your own unique design. And it's functional. This is going to stop a lot of rocks from getting into the radiator area. So it is functional. It isn't perfect. You can see how it's got a bit of a space here. So it's not perfect. It needs more braces. So maybe I'll continue to work on that. But right now, I'm pretty happy with this. Oh yeah. Awesome. So thanks for watching Photomikes Garage. I will see you next time. The glorious Canadian flag